pressure.
Yep. How's the cars feel with the lower tire pressure?
Feels better on the low speed, but not as good on the high speed.
Okay, so we'll leave them where they are.
Yeah.
Just leave them where they are.
Although, the only thing I'm curious, is there a pressure difference between left and right? Yeah.
Alright, whenever you want to go out, you put your knapsack up.
Donated $10, super chat. Zoom zoom.
He stayed for life 'cause he bought you a drink. Shows good disease. Hey pretty please. It's true you know how to bring the heat. Oh miss one, but there's never no bids. We try to stop talking about kids. You go from number one to nothing at all in just a blink. Oh, how do you think? Oh, I wish I was my best friend instead. Cause I'm here. Oh yeah, that's right. Gotta hit you to my left, down to my right. We're going down. Little while I get these ties. Those who survive know the one more time. Forth and back, just like that. What comes around goes around, my man. Say hey, hey, say hey, hey. Forth and back, and just like that, you're going down for heaven's gate. I gotta tell it to the right. We're going down.
Today is the beginning of the end and the start of a new beginning. Time has come to refine yourself and let go of the demons in your head that have held you in captivity for so long. It's time to flip the page and prove them wrong. It's time for rebirth. Yeah, time's up to say goodbye to all the haters, doubters, and non-believers trying to bring you down. In the blink of an eye, you'll realize that there's so much more to the book than the page you were stuck on. Finally, you will be free to live a life you love living instead of the life you think other people want you to live. Remember, you're the highest authority when it comes to knowing what you want and what you love. So stop trading yourself for the approval from others. Ladies and gentlemen, weirdos and geeks, please repeat after me. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a I don't give a fuck. 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 It's time to start doing the right thing. So trust your instinct, stop listening to others, and own your decisions. People will always tell you what to do, opinions how to live. So let's create space for what matters most to you. You'll be glad you did. Now start claiming your time and your mental well-being by saying no more. No more. Say it loudly and proudly. In other words, fuck you.
Target acquired.
Eagle 1, first strike. You have permission to engage the target.
Warning: the following video contains explicit language which may be offensive to some viewers or inappropriate for children. The content within this video is intended for mature audiences only.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. It is intended for mature audiences only, even though it is daytime, the sun is out, sort of. And do you care where anyone else is right now? No, you don't, because you're here with me. Guys, welcome to the show, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be hopefully a good one today. We have so many things going on in the world today, and it's hard. Honestly, it's kind of hard to sort it all out. You know, it's a well, it's a mess. It's just a mess. You know, we've got South Korea. You know, the was is it PROC? Is I forget which one. One of them's one of them's the it doesn't matter, or PROK, but whatever, doesn't matter. So we've got a failed attempt to, you know, basically declare martial law to kind of deal with the communist issues that they're having there. Okay, I get that. I get that. You know, that's a real thing. And then you've got all the nonsense going on right now. I mean, I mean, you can just take your pick, guys. There's so much. We've got Biden pardoning his son, and now the very language that Biden used it, or you know, his handlers used when they wrote the pardon for Hunter. Trump's lawyers are throwing the exact same language back in the request for dismissal to the court in New York City. That's kind of interesting. Fannie Willis, however you say her name, Fannie Willis has now been ordered to turn over all of her text messages between her and Jack Smith. Now, Jack Smith was heading the federal investigation, criminal investigation into Trump's activities. That has since, you know, gone away. But Fannie Willis has initially denied that there was any conversation between the two, and anything that they were kind of doing that seemed coordinated was purely coincidental. Sure it was, guys. Obviously, there's no problem there. Fannie has ignored a subpoena, a court order, or I guess not necessarily a court order, but a subpoena for information. She ignored it, did not respond. She had 10 days to respond. They gave her 30, still didn't respond. Seems to have no intention to respond. And so this morning, the judge has ordered that all of her text message and computer communication be handed over to the prosecutor, or to the attorneys for the judicial watch. You just can't write this stuff, guys. I mean, honestly, if this were a movie, you would be like, come on, that doesn't really happen in real life. And we've got the Tennessee case moving through the Supreme Court. It seems to have a lot of steam, guys. I mean, really, especially Alito. Alito seems to just be tearing this stuff up, and rightfully so, I think. We're going to talk about all of this and more in just a few minutes. I've got to do some introductions, and I'm going to actually have to cam down for just 1 second, guys. So everybody get in, get your popcorn, grab a soda or whatever snacks you typically have during the day, and we're going to get into some of this cool stuff. Just give me 1 second, and while I get some stuff fixed here, and I'll be right back. Sorry about that, guys. I had to. I thought my door was not closed, and I could hear the dog barking, and that was bothering me. So I just wanted to just check and see if the dog was still doing their thing. And now my wife is calling. Uh, I won't cam down for this one. So, oh man, that's great. That's so great. my my wife's like, "Oh, I sent you this and this and this. Can you take a look at it?" I'm like, "Yeah, can I finish my show first?" That's awesome. All right. Um, all right. Yeah. All right. So anyway, I don't know. I think my neighbor's dog is out. Hopefully, the neighbor's dog is not loose and running around because it's kind of a young dog and it could easily run out in the street. And I don't know that they're home to watch him. So I looked. I didn't see. I couldn't see him. So hopefully, he's just running around in the backyard or something. Who knows? At any rate, guys, just trying to be a good neighbor. So we have a lot to talk about. Before I get into it, let me welcome our distinguished audience today. We have many out here today. We've got Michelle was first today, the moderator Michelle, our resident DGen, who is amazingly good natured, but does have some iron to her. She will put you in your place. You betcha. And we have 13 Bujikon is in the house. He is, uh, you know, he's a good guy. I like him. Tiki Tack sent in $10 right out of the gate on a super chat. That was awesome. And really appreciate that. Fredo Fonzarelli clocked in. Kronos 420 clocked in. Heartbender has had a bad morning. We're going to turn that frown upside down, Peaches, and we're going to get you good in a good mood. All right, good deal. I see Mr. Boulay has made it in. Mr. Boulay, I hope that you're about ready to reboot your show. It's uh, it's really the format of your show. Um, if you did it the way we talked about that one day on the show, would just be amazing. And I think that I think you should go all in on that. And we have Heartbender. Heartbender is in the house. I've already said that. Kronos 420 is in the house, and he just sent in $5. Michelle's still grumpy. I win the Lord Degen award. Okay, I didn't know there was an award for that, guys, but all right. Imperious in the house. Good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see you. Actually, Imperious, I'm actually dealing with a bunch of lawyers right now, and I kind of wish they had your sense of humor. Um, but at least on the other team side, I speak softly and carry an attack attorney at all times because you never know when you're going to need one of those things. Um, but yeah, so much has gone on in the world today, guys. Or the past few days, it's crazy. It's just absolutely terrible. Um, some of it, and some of the uh, some of the interesting things is it's just so unbelievable. And of course, last night we talked all about the assassination of that fellow from United Healthcare. Um, and actually, I was kind of wondering if Imperius was in New York City yesterday because that looked like some Imperial crap. Um, so he apparently he had written various things on the bullets that he racked out. So once again, I think that what we talked about last night on Joe's show has come to pass, and that is that he meant to rack those rounds out. There was no need. I do not believe there was a malfunction Um, it's a very interesting thing to watch happen. You were the second gunman on the grassy knoll. You're not that old, bro. Not that old. I don't know that I'm that old, but yeah. It's so much has gone on that I don't even know where really to start to talk about this stuff. That it's really interesting. And of course, we had a really great conversation last night with Jake from VO Pod talking about investments. He's a younger fellow who has he's got um, yeah, he's got a little bit of money, and not a lot, but you know what? A lot of people would consider a lot of money in cash that he needs to put into something. And we talked a little bit about that last night. And he asked me what I would do, and I actually gave him the answers of what I think somebody in his situation should do, not what I would do. Because what I would do is probably would be considered completely irresponsible by many people, but would work for me. Imperious, I stand corrected. You, I believe somebody does have a video of you on the grassy knoll with your Red Ryder BB gun, but we're not sure. Um, you know, because you look the same as you do now, so not sure it could be you. But the Red Ryder BB gun did stand out, and obviously that was you. So, um, Imperious, there's a lot of truth to the process is the punishment. If and this is we can. I'm going to just digress for a minute because uh, I know a lot of people who have gone through the legal system and never been able to truly get out of it. And let me explain what I mean by that. So you would think that you're driving along, maybe you have a little bit too much to drink. We vilified that to the point that the very idea of it, of somebody drinking and driving, evokes this very visceral, um, you know, sick at your stomach, ick response that didn't used to be there. That it didn't used to be a big deal at all for somebody to drive drunk, and a lot of people, and shockingly, I don't know that the number of accidents were that much less. So I think every state, Bujikon, I think 13. I think every state does this. So I actually had this kid that worked for me for a while, and he went back to his actual industry, which was concrete, and he did structural concrete, pilings, post, foundations, all that, all the hard stuff that takes like 3 weeks just to get everything prepped to do the pour. So and he was really good at it apparently. Well, he got pulled over. I'm not really sure what the story was. I believe that he had the way that I recall is he had a fight with his girlfriend who worked at a bar, and he maybe had a few too many at the bar while he was fighting with her, and he side drive home, gets pulled over. Okay, fair enough. That's the law. And the we're going to get into that, Imperious. I promise you we're going to get into that. But so the guy gets pulled over, gets a DUI. Believe it was his first DUI, could have been second. I think that I don't know, man. It's been a few years since I talked to this guy, but my recollection is that it was kind of it should have been just a slap on the wrist, and in theory it was a slap on the wrist. However, the reality is that, well, sure, he was on probation, but him being on probation was dependent upon him going to these classes and these sobriety classes or whatever. And it was very hard for him to make it to those classes because of his work schedule. So then if he missed a class, and by the way, he had to pay for those himself. So if he couldn't pay for them, he couldn't go either. If he couldn't make it to the class, he'd have to not necessarily start over, but he would have to redo that class or whatever, cost him more time, more money. In the meantime, he had an interlock device that he had to pay for on his vehicle. He had to pay for that. The city did not pay for it, and if he couldn't pay for it, they would just turn his car off if he couldn't make his monthly payment or whatever. Which, he's a kid. He makes bad financial decisions, and basically he probably spent an extra $10,000 to $15,000 over the course of 2 years, and an extra year of being under the thumb of the system, because if you didn't do everything perfectly, you just basically started over, or you started midway from where you should be. And I actually really feel bad for those guys that get trapped into that. Our legal system is fucked up. The reality is that if you do the crime, you do your time and you move on. And doing your time should not be a trick pony. It should not be that if you are, if you don't show, okay, yeah, you're supposed to take this class, but if you're 10 minutes late, they can't not let you take the class, or you get to make it up later. Things do happen. I understand if you're chronically late, if you miss 10 classes out of 11, yeah, okay, that guy's got a problem. Fuck that guy. But if you miss one or two classes because you have to work, or whatever, then I feel like that um, there should be some punishment, but it shouldn't be that it is purposefully engineered to keep you in the system forever. Um, and Imperious, you're right. That's actually absolutely right. And I'm gonna talk about that in just a minute. And so, and I told the kid, the kid actually, he and I actually were talking about it afterwards, and he's like, I should have just taken the 3 months in jail. It's like I should have just parked my car, shut down my apartment, paid all my bills up, and just gone to jail for 90 days. It would have been cheaper and easier, and he would have, and he would have been done in theory. But as it was basically 2 years of him constantly having to deal with this DUI. And it's that way with everything, right? Like if your wife or husband accuses you of smacking them around, and you have to go to do anger management classes, miss one class, and you may have to start over. You may get kicked out, may not be able to take them, and then you have to go back to court and start the process over. And it's really bullshit. It's really absolute horse crap that our country is set up for that our legal system has devolved into that, because it's not supposed to be that way. It's supposed to be, yeah, okay, you did something wrong, you go to jail, you serve your time, you get out, and that's it. The state is done with you. And that is rarely the case these days, and it's really bad. So, um, the so that's I'm kind of ranting about that a little bit, but yeah, Imperious, that's right. Imperious, the suspicious circumstances on this death are numerous, right? First of all, that guy has been constantly in court, um, or in hearings about there's been a lot of allegations of fraud, not only by civilians but also by the government itself. So that's a problem. Look, there are a lot of people who probably wanted this guy to not be available for questioning. You know what I'm saying? So that's why it looks like a absolute professional hit. And I think it's funny the day they were like, oh yeah, the news this morning was, oh, they're closer to knowing who that guy is, and I'm like, no, they aren't. They're just telling you that so that you stop asking questions. So, Michelle, are you feeling better? I knew that you were feeling sick. I hope you're feeling much better today. Mr. Boulay, yes, absolutely, brother. I'm glad that I could help you with those suggestions. I really look forward to you getting your channel back up and running, and a new format, and a new just a refined show. and and just making it worth something, making it a big deal. Um, the Yeah. So, um, Michelle, absolutely, you're totally welcome. I appreciate all of the work that you put in, when you have time to help out with the show, and I want you to feel better. So, um, yeah, that's true. 13. That's true. So I didn't actually mean to get off on all of that, but yeah, definitely the the assassination of Brian Thomas, or is it Brian Thompson? Um, that dude, somebody wanted that guy like permanently gone, perma dead. So, um, yeah. So, yeah. Uh, at any rate, guys, yeah. So that was interesting. Welcome, watermelon bait. That's a new one. That's a new one. So interesting. No respawn. That's true. There's no respawn for that guy. That guy is done. Um, that was that g- that guy literally was that guy was done for. That was so pro. It made pros jealous. Um, yeah. All right, guys. So one of the things that I'm doing that I've mentioned a couple of times, and so most of you guys will have heard this, but for the ones that haven't, I am rebooting my aviation channel where I build, I'm building airplanes for my own personal use. They're experimental aircraft. They're all really cool, and the I'm going to be doing. I'm going to start that process tonight. I'm going to go live at my normal 8 o'clock Central Standard Time, and we're going to talk all. I'm going to talk a lot about airplanes. If you guys want, you're welcome to come over and like, subscribe, and do all of that stuff for that channel as well. I'll post the link around, and so that'll be cool. Do do make sure that you like the channel, share it, and make sure that you're subscribed. I have, unfortunately, and it could be some of the people that I've had on, or it may not necessarily be my anything I personally did, but definitely um, I've done something to anger the tubes of you. And when I did that, whatever I've done, they they're unhappy about it. So the feel like I'm shadow banned. I feel like I'm shadow banned. I get I got people telling me that they don't see the notifications. I'm getting more spammers than actual comments in my videos. I'm actually getting the same kind of spam. It's very interesting, just a different name. And so it's, guys, man, it's rough out there on the mean streets of YouTube. I tell you what, it's pretty gangster out there. It's terrible, terrible. So I really don't know what else to go through on the monologue here. A um, it's been a interesting couple of weeks. When am I making my own family airfield? I can do it. I don't actually have enough. I don't have enough suitable land. I was going to buy, and I still may buy a plot on a community airstrip and do something. But the problem is that the um, two of my planes are not really um, good for grass fields. The Inquisition with Imperious. You spelled that wrong. It's I-M, not I-N. That'll be a fire show. I'll just take callers and abuse them. I think you might be part of the reason I'm shadow banned there, buddy. I'm not saying it's your fault, but it's probably your fault. I'm kidding, man. I'm kidding. Natalia, how are you? I have not seen you in a while. You've not been on. Shame on you. Shame. Actually, I had somebody the other day who was questioning me as to why I had not been on whatever. And I just simply said, well, I'm very busy with my own channel. And Brian and Andrew have whatever under control. They don't really need my input very much. And they got it on lock. So, and I go to, it's hard for me to stay up late like that anymore because of my schedule has changed slightly. But yes, please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Make sure you are subscribed, and hang out. We're going to talk about some cool stuff. Yes, I see that you're here now, Natalia. I see that you're here. The shadow ban thing is just weird. Like it hadn't even occurred to me. And Michelle said that it was something about whether she didn't get a notification that I was live. And I thought that was odd. So I don't know, guys. It's the system is bugged. It's bugged, boys. It's bugged. Whatever. All right. So Imperious, you're white, you're innocent. No, that's not true. CT was shadow banned for a while. Yeah. I'm not really sure what the I'm really not sure what I did to pull the YouTube ire, but I need to get that off my back. But and I did notice that I'd had like 100 unsubs, and 100 people had unsubbed from the channel, and nobody had really like cursed me out or anything, and I didn't think I was being especially boring, so I was really really interesting. I think that's what you can't talk about the Santa thing anymore, because I think that's what's gotten me shadow banned, bro. So that's all right. Hopefully I'm not shadow banned. Hopefully it's just low numbers for a little while. The show could be, there's other things on right now, and people could be going there. I share a lot of same audience with other creators, and it could just be that. Who knows? I don't know. All right. Well, who wants to talk about cool stuff? Who do we have today? Oh yeah, on YouTube they hide some comments as well, makes it look like it posted on your. I've had people complain about that, Natalia. I've actually had that very complaint. So it, yeah, it's rough. It's rough. But yeah, let's get those likes up. We got to get the likes way up. I got to get all my metrics back where they were. Not really sure how that. Talk about Daniel Penny. The results should be in today. Yeah. Where are you at on that, Imperious? I know where I'm at. I bet I know where you're at, but I want to make, want the lawyer's opinion. First, how do you think it is going to go, and then how do you think it should go? Imperious. Anson Knowles, why don't you come up and we'll chat. We'll talk about your proclivities. Daniel Penny, I don't understand how that got as far as it did. I keep trying to figure it out, but I guess it kind of had to. But you would have thought that the prosecutor probably would have taken one look at the video and said, Why would they be stuck on guilty? I mean, it's clear. It's clear that he was well within the rights to do what he did. It's very clear. That's strange. Very strange. Hmm. If he's found guilty, he'll be overturned on appeal. Probably so. Probably so. There's enough holes in that case. I got one for you. Um, yeah. What do you think about the Biden pardon? Where you at on that? The DA playing the tape where he called the guy a crackhead, saying Penny is racist. That's it. I thought. Okay, yeah, I'll send you the link, Anson. Give me one sec. I don't think he was trying to restrain the guy, Lauren. I think that he was trying to choke him out and make him go to sleep. So the problem with when we're talking about private citizens, um, uh, so when you're talking about like me, right? Like if I were to involve myself in a situation where I was protecting another person and as part of that, the only way that I could control only way that I felt like I could control the situation enough to where I'm not going to put myself in danger, but I'm also able to protect that other person. And I'll do whatever it takes. I mean, that's the problem. Is the problem that you get into is as a private citizen, I don't have backup coming. I don't have to hold on for 2 minutes and somebody's going to grab him because my brothers in blue are going to show up. Um, so as a private citizen, I'm in, my estimation is that if I either have to restrain you or I have to disable you. Yeah. Yeah, I think the liability is on the police. They should have given care. They should have given him first aid. But that is also true that he was breathing when they took him away. However, he did. I believe he passed in the car on the way to be booked. Not 100% on that. You guys can let me know about that. Yeah, don't ride the subway. Problem solved, dude. I mean, you know, dude, it's like it's pretty easy to get capped. Just look at that healthcare guy yesterday. What's up, Mr. Biden?
This is Ron Paul speaking.
Yeah, that's a young Joe Biden. I know him when I see him.
Yeah,
I'm kidding, man. I'm kidding. I'm making a jest, sir. How are you?
I'm doing all right, man. There's no complaints. There's nothing like not working and talking to grid instead. That's my favorite thing to do.
Not. Oh yeah, work while you're at work, not working but talking instead.
Yeah, that's what I get paid the big bucks for.
Hmm. Do you work in an office or do you work like in a? You work at home? What do you do there?
I work in a large walk-in closet.
Okay, so cubicle.
Well, yeah, no, a cubicle would be better.
Cubicle upgrade. I got you. All right, I got you. What was that guy's name?
Milton.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm Milton. Yeah, I've got my own stapler
Milton.
too. But
You got
don't take my stapler.
got your swing line.
Yeah, actually, it's a no. Wait, no, it's a Boss Stitch. Sorry for the fake
Boss
news there.
So you upgraded. I got you. Imperius says he's off today and tomorrow. He can annoy me all day. Well, tomorrow you can't annoy me during the day because I will not be on until the evening unless I go live to assemble an engine, airplane engine or something, or I jump on somebody's show. And today, yeah, I mean you're not annoying me at all right now. So
Yeah. So how about that? How about that one guy who protected all those people in New York and is getting punished for it?
yeah, how about that, man? See, that's a thing, man. I don't understand how it got this far. So the to me it seems like an open and shut self-defense, defense of others case, but
Well, do you not know the history of the South, Grid? The Democrat Party, when they rule over you, they separate you and punish you because of your race.
it's true.
That's all the Democrats know how to do.
Well, all the Democrats know how to do is screw up. The It was very interesting this morning. I was listening to the budget, or the congressional hearing on the census, and them justifying their budget. And one of the Democrats was talking about how the census, by way of 89 votes, lost a senator in New York State, and how terrible was that? That, and to think that Democrats was, um, uh, to think that it was a, um, that that the Democrats were helping them when they lost a seat in New York, and but what's left unsaid is that to lose by 89 votes, you've got to be in one of the smallest of small, districts in New York, which means that it was probably a Republican held seat that was lost. So the guy is just like completely disingenuous, completely full of crap. So, but what do you expect? What do you expect?
Well, I expect that when politicians are talking, that they're lying to me.
I think you're right. I think you're right about that. I think you're right. Um, what do you think about the ambush? And because you were not on stage last night, I couldn't get your input. What did you think of? What do you think about the ambush that led to this guy getting 8-6?
Well, I mean, if you're, in the class that person is in, then you have things like, kidnapping insurance,
Sure.
and so it's a completely different world of the kinds of threats that you have to deal with. And
Mhm.
I don't think that anybody can know exactly what happened until we get the person who did it, and then they start talking, and anything else is just speculation. But
Well, we're
even
never going to get the guy that did it. Let me just tell you that. That's never going to happen.
oh, come on, they found the guy that got Kennedy. They can find this guy.
Look, I'm going to tell you right now that that guy is either back at whatever CIA site that he operates out of, or he's out of the country. He's living a good life in Rio right now for the next 6 months while the heat dies down, and he can come back and work again. That dude was pro, man, pro. Like it was nuts how pro he was.
Yeah.
What the interesting thing is, today they revealed that, today the police department of New York revealed that there were things written on the bullets that were ejected, like, I forget what. Hang on, let me, pull it up. But it's, they all
So
start.
he made his own ammo.
No, no, I doubt it. Um, um, yeah,
That
words on.
that would make it harder to trace.
Yeah. So the words found on the shell casings were deny, defend, and depose. So I'm just going to say that this is going to be meant to look like somebody that was. I think that's why he ejected them, Grumpy. We were talking about that last night. You weren't online, I don't think, when we were talking about it, but we were talking about this last night on Joe's channel. So, and I don't have the video, so I do have the video. Hang on. Let me bring it back here.
They got a picture of the guy, according to the media. There's some stories like in the past 20 minutes.
This is how efficient. Hang on, let me share this. This is how efficient that the New York. This is how this works. This is nuts, right? All right, so this is on the news right now. So, so the healthcare guy. All right, so that's a chick. That nose is not the same. It's not this. It's not the same flare to the jacket. This isn't the same. Oh wait, did I not show it? Here we go. Let's show it. All right, so where are we at? Here we go. All right, so that's a woman, right? That's a dude. Jawline, literally nothing alike. Like, it's crazy to think that these are the same two people, right? But they are in the same spot. That's weird. All right. Let's see if we can get to the. All right. So watch what the. All right. So here, look.
Wednesday morning, Thompson was.
All right. So let's go back. I want you to watch this. All right. Let me get on the pause button. So he comes out from between the cars, right? Like, that's super pro. And watch what he does to make sure that he leaves clues. Now, originally people thought that the gun jammed, and I was weirded out by this because if it was a 22 or in some 9mm, there is a switch that you can engage that when you pull the trigger, the gun doesn't cycle, right? It locks the slide in place, and it makes the gun less noisy. Does that make sense to you? You don't get the slide working, and you don't get the gases escaping the chamber when it functions. So I originally thought that that's what this guy had. I thought, so he's racking the slide manually, right? Fire. He uses his thumb to depress the button or the switch that keeps the slide locked, works the slide, and goes back. So that's what I thought he did originally, but let's watch. So, oh wait, why did it didn't show it? What? What? That's not right. All right, here we go. Let me see if it shows it now. Is it going to do it again? All right, I got to get the copy that. Sorry, guys. I got to get the copy that. I got to get the copy that Joe Mobley has, where it shows all the shots. So when so what it looks like, what happens is the gun functions, and then he racks around out. He shoots again, and he racks around out. He shoots the third time, and he racks the round out.
Yeah, so the media The media is saying that it jammed on him, but what you're saying is that he wanted the writing on the shell casing to survive the
I
heat.
think he wanted that. I think he look, if you're someone, if you are shooting, right? If you're as good as he is with his weapon manipulation, right? Like, let's just be honest here. And I can get Grump up and he'll tell you the same thing. If you're that good with your weapon manipulation, you're going to police your brass. You just are. Most people know that when you shoot a pistol, regardless of anything else, the carbon burns back as it's working. Oh, Tiki Tack sent me the good video. Give me 1 sec. Let me get it. Heck yeah, man. Heck to the yeah. I gotta do it. And I need to go. All right, stop. And we'll share this. But yeah, I'm sure Grump can verify this as well. But I'm just telling you that if you're that good, you're going to police your brass, unless you want that brass to be found. Right. So, and that's where I'm at. I think he wanted that. I think he wanted that brass to be found. All right, so we're back up. We're gonna show this. All right, so all right, so let's watch. So he comes out. So the guy goes by, right? Bam, right there. He comes right out from behind the car. Okay, that's good. That's good practice. Okay, that's good. That's exactly how you should do it. One. Now you see what he did there? He immediately he didn't even wait. He pulled, he drops. Watch again. All right, does it again. He is not waiting for that slide to react. Now, here's the thing. If there were three, it's because the press has released, the police have said there were 3 fired rounds and 3 unfired rounds. I think he meant to leave those unfired rounds. Now he shoots again. I think that's where the purposeful shot in the calf. I'm not really sure what that's about, what that's really about. And now he calmly walks away. And he just, jogs across the street like anybody else. All right. So do you guys, subsonic rounds with a suppressor still cycle? As a matter of fact, I shoot subsonic rounds all the time in my competition gun. That's no big deal. It is an assassination for sure. Whether it's the government, whether it was us or whoever, it's definitely.
So what I've read about this is that it's that phrase is a play on something used in the insurance industry. The words delay, deny, and defend are what the insurance
It is.
industry
Yeah,
does
yeah.
against
That's their
claims.
strategy, right?
Yeah, and I think it might point to this guy being disgruntled from having lost someone, maybe because of the insurance not treating his family, or it could be something super petty like that, where it's like, my whatever loved one died, and now you're going to pay for it.
Mm-hmm.
It could be just as simple as that. It might not be political.
So, Chronos 420, that is incorrect. Even a 9mm suppressed at close range is still going to be ridiculously quiet because it doesn't quite go supersonic, right? Do you understand what I'm saying? It's right on that edge of supersonic anyway. So if he's using like especially if he's using like a defense round. So if you're using 147 grain like Glacier, or you're using, we don't know what he's using, or a Hydroshock, something like that, those are already subsonic. So that's interesting, but not. I don't know that that's a big deal. Heartbender is he reloading after each 3 shots, or is he dumping those rounds at the end before? No. So he's when he shows that slide working. The first clue is that there's only one thing that flies out, and then he shoots again. So if he had done that and it had fired, there would be 3 casings. But the fact that he fired it, right, and racked it, that means now there are 2 casings, because one casing went, and then and plus you can see. Let me scroll this footage here. So let me hang on. Oh, there we go. Pull it back up. All right. So watch the top of the gun right there. Do you see that? That is the slide working, and you see that plume of smoke? That's the gun working as it should. So there we go. 115 grains, some 124s are super. Yeah, but pistols are slow, right? So like, I mean, even 115 grains only like 13, maybe 1,300 feet per second. It's not like a rifle that's like 3,000 feet per second.
Well, it's still not going to be. It's still not going to be super silent.
Yeah.
It's going to clap.
Yeah, it's well. I mean, that's a big suppressor, dude. I should get Grump up here. Grump, are you there? Let's talk suppressors, bro. Because I'm going to go down the rabbit hole. So here's all right. So suppressors are all about volume. What's up, Glenn Lawrence? I see you, bro. So
yeah, but it's not like the movies. It's gonna have some noise.
Yeah. There's noise for sure, but I mean, you're talking about the difference, like, let me see if I can get let me see if I can put this in, because I can't put my hands on anything. So I can't I can't show you, right? But oh, Anson dropped. All right, I'm still going to talk. So here's the thing, guys. So I don't know how many of you guys have been around suppressors. All right, yeah, let me do some stuff here. There we go. I'll wait till Grump gets up here before I dive off into the technical aspects of suppressing, which a lot of people don't know. I mean, honestly, a lot of people don't know. And a lot of people don't care, but you're going to go get lunch. What are you getting? Where are you going, Michigan? I can. There we go. Now we have the guy up here, guys. What happened, Anson? Did you have
that was an echo that I couldn't get rid of, so I just refreshed it.
Oh, I could not. I didn't hear an echo at all. I don't have a lot of sound through here right now, so maybe it's maybe it's just you, not me.
No, the chat confirmed it.
Okay. So Have you shot a suppressed firearm?
Have I?
Yeah.
No, but I've been at the range with people shooting them
Okay.
plenty of time.
Okay. All right.
I'm not going to pay the government for the privilege of owning a machine gun when I don't own a machine gun.
Sure. Right. That's solid. I like where your head's at. I'm in that same kind of mindset, to be honest. So when we so 9mm is not particularly loud anyway, right? Most of the noise out of a 9mm is the supersonic crack, and you don't actually get that out of the muzzle. It's like you hear the explosion and then you hear the crack, or you hear it all as one long thing. And then one of the reasons that a pistol sounds different, it's just a different deal. So, um, think of it like your car. Like if you unmuffle your car, it will be ridiculously loud. But you just put the muffler on it and it tones it right down to the point where you can't even hear it in a lot of cases. It's the
Well,
same thing
I
with a
liken it.
suppressor.
Yeah, I liken it to the difference between a pistol that we normally hear and a cap gun.
Yeah, that's not bad. It's more like um I don't know. It's more like, the difference between like something that's really uncomfortably loud to where you want like ear pro, you don't want to be around it, to where something that's loud-ish, but or maybe not loud very much at all, and you don't mind being around it. So it still makes noise, it's just a different tone, a different kind of noise. And so like the size of the can on that 9mm was ridiculous, right? It was big. So it's going to be naturally a quiet gun. He can't get rid of the crack, but most of the explosion he got a lot of that out. So
Yeah, the noise is mostly from the gas escaping from the barrel, and the supersonic boom.
and the supersonic crack, yeah, the whip crack. That's why 22 can get scarily quiet,
Yeah,
because it's especially if you're using subsonics, you can get 22 and 9mm really quiet.
you know what, Grid? You
Millimeters
just
harder,
reminded me.
but
You just
9mm
reminded me that
harder.
I have actually shot a suppressed 22.
Yeah,
I forgot about that.
yeah. The whip crack in and of itself doesn't really bother me that much. So I've rarely ever run subsonics. So, just my thing. I guess Grump got lost.
Yeah, just for informational purposes, Walther makes a good 22 pistol for suppression. It's already threaded. It's a pretty good deal if anybody's interested in getting one.
Yeah.
You're supposed to run subsonic ammo through it. Only when the suppressor's on. If the suppressor's not on, then you have to use the supersonic ammo or it'll get jammed up.
Oh, Glenn's out there hanging out with Pearl. That's what he's doing. Glenn, I sent you the link. I don't see you up here yet. Well, you can, there's I don't know. Look, 22 and 9mm, they're really quiet. All right, we got Grumpy. Look at that stash. That's a 70s porn guy all day, every day.
Oh, living it. Hey, Grid.
Hey, buddy, what are you doing?
I probably sound like if RFK was trying to be Batman right now. I think I caught some. It's not strep. I don't know what it is. I think I caught something out at
You,
the,
you can
the
you can
farm
just
when we
say
were for
you're Batman.
Thanksgiving.
It's okay. It's okay. You
I'm
can just
Batman.
admit to being Batman.
Totally not Batman. I'm Batman.
He's in his secret bunker. He's Batman.
It's not a cave.
Yeah.
No bats.
So I'm trying to explain the different, and so if the amount of sound is really academic, to be honest, because it doesn't matter, because you could fire a machine gun in the middle of New York City and nobody would care unless they saw it, right? Other than that, it's just like, somebody's over there throwing off fireworks or whatever. Whatever, those guys. But the suppressor is interesting, and that's a long suppressor for 9mm.
So it wasn't. I still don't even know what caliber it was.
It's 9mm. The police released last night that it was a 9mm.
Oh yeah, and I'm running through my headset right now. A new Go XLR has not arrived yet, so just all his audio.
right.
So what I was expecting, what I saw him doing was like
I know what you thought.
not your standard professional racking the slide.
Yeah.
So usually your standard professional method is over the top, not in front of, because you don't want to put in front of your muzzle any part of you, anything that's important. Over the top, grab, rack, and that works. If that works especially well, you grab on the rear sight, you grab on your optic, whatever. Or like if you're doing it one-handed, you're racking your belt or whatever. But over the top, that's not. He was doing an either. He was doing a twist pinch back, which is going to be faster, but that's either somebody who's inexperienced, which this doesn't really look like, or somebody who is. This isn't like a professional operator. This is like an assassin.
Right. That's where I was about to say. It's somebody that has had tactical training, but has gone beyond tactical training.
This is the type of guy who does from compressed from the center of the chest shooting.
Yeah.
Like that. Nobody does that in standard opera. That's like way out there.
He came out. Did you? It's hard to see in the video that I have, but
he was bringing it down. That means he had it up.
So when you see him come out, it's obvious he had his arms crossed with the pistol under his coat. He comes out from the truck and he's bringing it out like that. He folds right into. I mean, he folds right into a proper competition style grip, and he didn't. I say that this guy had to have had some tactical training, but he was very much like a competition oriented shooter where he did not move while he was shooting.
I was watching
planted. He was steady. He was exactly on target. Bam. He did that rack, which that's exactly what most competition shooters are taught is you want to see the ejection port and you want to be able to yank. Yeah. You want to visually see that, what's going on. And so that part was really good. And I don't know, man, I feel like that this I feel like it's this guy's his manual arms was good. I mean, and what it looked like to me last night when I hadn't really thought about it was that he was he would shoot and then he was either intentionally unloading that round or it didn't go into battery and he felt it not going to battery through the trigger and immediately rolled because there's no hesitation when he rolls.
That was mechanical. No, that was he's planning on doing that. There wasn't any it was immediate turn and rack and then get ready. The thing that got me was there was one point after I think the second shot where he was doing something. It looked like he was trying to smash the slide into battery, but I'm not sure what that was. It was just very brief, which might indicate that it was an intentional.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, a slide. Do we know what brand?
That he was trying to leave those as evidence.
So if it was a 9mm, especially if you, okay, so most 9mm operate on blowback, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that means that the gas from the round is the thing that's pushing the slide back. That means the gas is coming back. You can see the gas leaving
Yeah.
out the receiver, out of
Yeah.
the out of the slide.
No,
So you got
pistols
hot.
they're blowback, not gas.
That's
Yeah, but you can
It's
see
it's
you can always
inertia.
see the plume out of the ejection port.
it's the inertia. The gas is still expanding both ways, right? In a
Yeah,
blowback,
it's
it's inertia,
you
but the
guys are
gas is
both
still
kind of right,
expanding.
but yeah, it's not
See,
gas operated
that's
like a
For every
piston.
action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. Third law of
correct. But yeah, Newton's third law. But like you still get you saw the gas coming out of the slide.
Yeah, yeah.
So you've got hot
Which is
gas coming
normal.
back regardless, which is normal. That's what was curious to me is, hey, if he's got writing on this brass, what the crap is it written in that it survived?
No. There
A,
were
being
6
chambered.
rounds, Grump. This is you're missing
Okay.
the part of it. There were 6 rounds found. 3 fired, 3 unfired. This is why I think he meant to leave those unfired rounds.
He dropped unfired full rounds on the ground
No,
also.
I think
Yeah.
what it is, he like did hand loads, and he might have messed up with the powder or something.
it'd
and
be
when
too long.
that to
It'd be
me
too long.
looked like he cleared the weapon, like he had a type 1 or type 2 malfunction. He went clear, checked his mag, reseat his mag, clear the slide, and
it's
keep going.
He had
I'm
he
thinking
had
they're hand loads.
he had writing on the casings that he wanted people to see. He wrote on it in Sharpie.
Yeah,
if he
I
had
honestly think it was
fired those,
Yeah, I think it was purposeful.
Yeah, if he had fired those, that right, he wouldn't have been there if it was in Sharpie.
No,
Or it might have been like
it would
residual.
It would. I don't know. Maybe that's a good experiment for us to go with grid to see if it'll stay. Right.
Well, no, I mean, I
on
put
the
Sharpie
brass.
on guns and it does stay, but you get burnt, but they get burned, right? So, but the police have said they recovered 3 spent casings and 3 unspent, 3 complete shells. So that checks with what we visually see. And here's the thing: if he had just mathematically, if you shoot and you rack out the round, that's 1 casing because the next casing's loaded into the next shell's loaded into the gun. Fired that one, rack, that's 2 casings. But if there's 6, that means that the gun functioned as intended, and then you racked out a second round.
Yeah, because the
Or
video
it
shows
he just dropped 3 rounds. We don't know how many were in his mag. He might have just dropped 3 unfired rounds out of his pocket too, for the things that he wanted to get found. That's what it makes sense to me. If he had things written on the brass, I would want it, and they wanted it to be found. I wouldn't have even had those in the mag.
I could see the ejected round come out when he racked it, but I'd have to look through it again. Here's the thing that it is possible if they were hand loads that you can load long and they won't go into battery unless you bang it, but they will eject. The only reason that it wouldn't eject is if he had a homemade suppressor with no booster device, without the spring-loaded booster device to to open the
I'd be curious to see on the spent cartridge if it has any horizontal serrations from when it goes into the chamber and it comes and when it's extracted. Because if you see those like scratches on it, then that means they've been cycled.
Mm-hmm.
Or excuse me, on both the fired and the unfired. See if it has those serrations on there. I don't know. To me, it seems like there were hand loads, and he had some kind of malfunction, and he went and cleared it
every time.
Because you can see it on the video.
Yeah, I mean, there's no way it was a malfunction. It was, it is, but it was literally smooth. Either he felt it in the trigger and just automatically did it, knowing what it was, because it wasn't in battery or whatever, or he intentionally didn't fire a chambered round.
Well, okay. I mean, we're all speculating, but Grid, you, myself, and I don't know, Grump. I don't know if you shoot competition or not, but we've all been through classes and training and everything, and you learn how to quickly clear type 1 and type 2 as soon as you find, as soon as you have a problem.
I got
that's
close to
instinctive
competition.
to me now.
When I was supposed to go shoot division matches, that tsunami in Indonesia happened. I had to go do that instead. When I was active duty.
Yeah, I took a couple of classes with I don't know if you knew him or not, Grid. His name was Tiger McGee, excuse me. He runs the Shoot Right Academy down in Gunnersville. He passed away a couple of years ago, but it was really good training with him. And boy, he really drilled in how to clear type 1, type 2 malfunctions on the pistol. So he had some good training. Good guy. So, sorry he's gone.
Suppressors won't work on all right, so if you have a fixed barrel gun like a M9, no problem. You have a floating barrel gun like a Glock, SIG, basically anything else, 1911. Now you've got a problem because that the barrel has to unlock for the slide to move. And you need one of these booster devices, which is called a Nielsen device, to make that happen.
I thought it was the other way around.
No.
If
you
have to put a
have
Nielsen on
for a Glock to work with a suppressor.
Funny, I haven't had that problem. Unless the Nielsen mechanics is built into the suppressor.
Yeah,
but
if you
I don't
bought
have
a 9mm pistol suppressor, it's probably got one built in, depending on whose it is. Like Surefire builds them in a lot. Jim Tech,
AAC or AC.
Oh, yeah, it's probably got one in it. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Have you taken it apart?
No, you can't take that one apart. It's sealed.
It's welded. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Do you have
I got a couple.
Is it meant for your Glock or is it meant for like a PCC or something?
No, they're all for pistols. From my understanding, you need that Nielsen device if you're using like a PCC.
No, you need the Nielsen device doesn't care anything about the PCC doesn't care anything about what you've got into it. It's going to work. So here you go. This says, I can't make it any bigger, guys. Sorry. The use of a booster allows pistols to properly cycle when the weight of the suppressor is added to the end of the barrel. Most pistols with a Browning type action, Glock, Sig Sauer, HK, etc., will require a booster to properly cycle. The weight is 3.8 ounces. It includes the piston. It does have a booster lockout that you can install to make it so that the pistol does not cycle, or you want to use it with a rifle. And then it says, actually notice this lockout is designed to allow your booster to work on a rifle or a pistol with a fixed barrel. Simply change out the spring in your booster and replace it with a lockout. If you must shoot with the lockout a few rounds and then retighten the booster after the part has settled. This is a very important step that cannot be skipped. Damage may occur, baffle strike, if it is not. So anyway, by the way, SD Tactical, super nice guys. They had a lot of problems with the ATF a few years ago, but they're all squared away now. I feel like anyway. Yeah. So either he did not have a booster and the gun wasn't cycling properly. Maybe it didn't have enough energy to come back in the battery. Maybe it wasn't unlocking, whatever. Who knows? But it's very interesting.
Very interesting. Well, I was impressed though, aside from, we're talking about physics, but just the fact he looked like, just like you were saying, his presentation, front sight picture, his ability to clear, assume it was a jam, his ability to clear and then re-engage. I mean, that tells me training, practice, proficiency. He wasn't just some, Joe Schmo. He's actually done stuff.
Yeah.
And the calmness in his demeanor.
You guys have to help me out because I have been out of the loop for a couple days. What are we watching?
We're watching you right now.
Well, don't watch me. No, what were we talking about? Because
What are we talking about?
What are we talking
about? The president of or CEO of United Healthcare was assassinated in New York City, walking from his hotel to the convention, or wasn't a convention, whatever hotel.
Oh shit! Damn.
Yeah. Did you hear? Can you see the screen? I'll roll that.
Yeah, I can see the screen.
I'll roll the footage. Hang on. I'll let you watch the whole thing. Sorry. I'll let you watch the whole thing. All right, here we go. We'll just roll this back. Glenn, you watching?
Yes, sir. I'm watching.
All right, there goes the guy. Yes, he knocks that thing in the battery.
Wait, where are you playing it?
Oh, wait. Sorry. I thought I had already put it back up. Sorry, hang on. I hit share. I just didn't and I didn't enable the sound anyway. So all right, let's go this way. Glenn, you back? You back?
I'm here.
Right.
I never left.
All right. I'm going to run it all the way back. All right, you watching? Here we go.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Now, do you see how cold that was?
Yo, that was very calculated.
Yeah, watching it through that time, Grumpy, did you see him smack the back of the slide?
Yeah, that's what I was saying on his the third time he was racking. He was doing some stuff. It looked like he was trying to smash it back into battery.
Yeah, it looks exactly like he's trying to get it back in the battery. So it may be that he was doing maybe he made his own subsonics. Maybe he or maybe he's a competition shooter and was using his ammunition for his comp gun in a regular Glock.
I mean, if for the level of calmness of demeanor with, I don't want to necessarily say precision of action, but that's the best I've got for it.
Yeah.
I doubt somebody with that level of preparation to execute this and then the actual execution of it would not have put the prep into it feels like whatever was happening was kind of by design and not just, hey, oopsies, I used the wrong ammo. Or I loaded this ammo wrong. Somebody, if he's a competition shooter and he's doing his own loads, is gonna be not going to be messing that up.
Tongue in cheek there. I agree with you. I don't know why he's having the issue. Right.
Yeah, it doesn't. That's the thing that makes me think that it's intentional. Whatever was happening, whether I don't think it was necessarily slide. Does anybody know what? It's very blurry, very hard to see what type of pistol it was. Because
it's hard to say. I originally pegged it at like a 1022 or something, or not like a Mark IV, similar 22 pistol, but they said it was 9mm.
That would make a lot of sense if it was like a Mark IV or a Buckmark or something, because they had the slide. It's not the whole slide that moves.
Yeah.
It's just that piece of the back. So that would make a lot of sense of why racking that section.
Yeah. But they said it was a 9mm. So now I'm wondering if it's if it's a Glock or, the problem is I'm not seeing the slide move. Right?
Well,
Like,
you know, I that was the first time I actually saw that, you know, zoomed in. I'm curious, Grump, maybe help with the physics. Maybe perhaps they were hand loads, but he was trying to get the minimum amount of powder so that it wouldn't have the loud, report. And that's why it didn't cycle, because he was just trying, you know, he wanted to make it as quiet as possible.
That's initially where I was going to. Underloading the powder
Yeah,
to
underload.
force
Thank you. Yeah,
to force the malfunction would make a lot of sense.
yeah, because he didn't. It didn't seem like. Well, he's probably trained or whatever, but he wasn't surprised. It looks like he knew it. Something could happen. He just
Exactly.
went at it. You know.
It looked like, not that he wasn't surprised, but expecting, because it was immediate. You know, pop round. It was immediately turn, grab the back, and
Yeah.
rack it.
Yeah.
And twice. This was very intentional. He knew that was going to happen. That's my opinion. Anyway, just looking at there's no hesitation at all.
Yeah.
He wasn't
I
looking for,
agree.
is there a malfunction? Like, let me turn it. Let's look for a malfunction. He was already
all
charging.
right, here we go. 1. See, I don't see the.
And you can, like, I mean, yeah, he might be looking down with his eyes, but his head doesn't bob down to, like, you know, to
No,
get in,
he stays
get into your
focused down.
workspace. He's on the target. He's not even looking at the pistol. If you're by not head moving at all. Anyway, look,
Saw a little smoke during the first one. Yeah, it was a little bit.
Oh,
Yeah,
wait,
That
wait,
looks
wait,
like he's
here we go.
expected it.
That
That looked like he
hang on.
anticipated it.
whatever's happening was expected.
So fire. It doesn't go in a battery. He clears that one. Okay. Hits it. Second shot. Clears it. Third shot into the calf, and then he holsters and rolls on.
Yeah, yeah, he must underload him, because look, I mean, people driving that car. Well, I don't know. We weren't there.
All right. There's the
Wow.
second.
What if that round was in the cab? I mean, what? That's not where you put a security round.
See, right there,
don't-
he's
don't do
firing,
that.
and those cars were driving by, and they doesn't look like they
Yeah,
stopped
but
for
that,
anything.
I mean, that's you can't hear a suppressed gun fired in a car usually. You can't even at the range when we're shooting, if you get in a car, if there's any barrier between you, you're not gonna hear it. It's not like a rifle. Rifles are really like super loud, but suppressors.
Oh no,
I mean,
yeah, I agree. Yeah,
a suppressed pistol, they're not gonna hear anything.
So what I saw was that there was a woman standing there watching the whole thing, and she ran away terrified. And then the
did.
guy, when he was
There
done,
she is
he
right
ran in
there.
front of
So
he ran in front of that
goes up,
SUV.
bam, bam, and now she's like, I'm hauling ass. I'm out of here.
It takes a moment to register what's going on. Yeah, that's why she paused.
And he didn't even look at her.
He didn't care at all. This was such a
Yeah.
calculated thing.
I mean, look.
But see that
he
that
pulls up.
SUV,
This was very orchestrated. You could just tell, and he anticipated everything. He's very calm, collected. You can see that this guy is not like, this guy's a pro. You can just tell.
so that car he walks in front of, though, after he's finished, that SUV, it looks like they were about to drive away, and then they stopped for him to cross in front of him.
Let's look at that again. Yep, they stop right there.
See, that's that whoever's driving that SUV is a coward.
Or part of it. I
handler.
think if this is where your ambush is, having two large SUVs to block line of sight for whatever's happening, that kind of makes sense.
Yeah. No, the whole thing is like, dude's like, he may not. I mean, this guy's John Wick, man. This guy's like, he's right there. The way that he absolutely did not even care about the malfunctions is great.
Also,
Huh?
Also, because this is the only video that we have, at least so far,
Yeah.
that would indicate possibly, okay, higher level, this may have been planned to be in that direction so that there is no front video of the shooter's face because hoodie on.
We had a hoodie and a mask.
You had a mask too? See, I don't even know.
He had a mask. And it's not just hang on, let me see if I can find the picture.
Knowing where cameras are is a big part of planning. I mean, if you're going to be doing something like this, I would imagine, not that I've planned anything like this, it would just make sense. It's part of recon. This was a planned place where this ambush happened.
Yeah.
So you'd want to gather all the intel in the area. So recon, it's part of it.
Yeah, I can't. Just had what to do with it. Well, dang it. I don't know where it is now. They were I had a picture of the guy in his mask. I mean, like, you can't see anything. Right.
I saw the picture you had up of, like, it looked like one picture was maybe of a dude and then
yeah, the
like
other,
a
yeah, I
woman.
was comparing that earlier.
It almost looked like it had makeup on.
One is definitely a female. Just the jawline's different, the nose is different. It's just they're trying to say it's the same person, but there's just no way. So
I think part of it may be the fact that in one picture he has the backpack on and the other one that he doesn't, and so more of his face is showing in a different way. Because that's one of the differences I noticed between the pictures is the way that he's carrying that backpack. It may just be, the weight of the backpack, whatever's in there.
Oh, maybe it was spontaneous transgenderism. Suddenly switch over.
But
No.
it would be
No?
much. It would be so the guy literally, like, they show his route. The route is crazy because he crosses the street, he goes around the block, comes back on the same street that he had just committed the murder on, walks down the street, gets on a city bike, a rental bike, rides to Central Park, disappears in Central Park.
So I read stories that initial description of what happened wasn't accurate because the company that manages that denied that was one of their bikes that was used. Because those are rental bikes.
A bike. He used a bike that looks exactly like a city bike.
If it was a rental city bike, then they should have customer information, right? Unless he stole it from somebody else that had left it somewhere.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm going to take an L. So hey, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. You are correct, Grid. Yeah, what I thought is the adapter that goes into the cans. That is the Nelson device. You just change the piston part of it to go into whatever thread pattern you need for whatever device. So you are correct. So it's the spacer you need to put on a fixed barrel. So I take the L.
Yeah, I know. It's okay. Don't worry.
Yeah.
I wasn't reprimanding you.
Yeah. No. Well, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. So cool. Yeah. I was like I said, I was confusing the piston adapter part as what it is.
I guess people are saying that it was not a city bike, but the initial police reports were it was a city bike. It doesn't matter, even if he just made it look like one. So,
Yeah. I read initial reports that there were only 2 casings recovered with words on them also, and that they were extrapolating out what that could mean. And then the stories changed later. It's kind of like one of those things where you don't know what the truth is because they're just sort of making it up as they go along.
Could be. That could be as well. Yeah. That very well could be. At any rate, I mean, it's pretty ballsy, man. I mean, it's just pretty ballsy.
Yeah.
Crow Nick, the way the guy fell, I mean, I'm gonna tell you that when people get hit with high, even medium velocity or even low velocity things that penetrate them, they don't necessarily fall down right. So I don't know. Crumple, you want to comment on that?
Not really.
Anybody that's
That
been
was
hunting
actually one of
knows.
the things that Joe last night was just harping on, and I think he's right, is unless you've done it before, the way that guy just stood there and put one in the guy and then cleared the jam, cool as a cucumber, put another one in the guy, did it again, walked by and put one in his calf on the walk by. That means either complete psychotic or he has done this before, like maybe professionally.
I'm still confused about the calf round. That's 100%. If you're gonna guys on the ground, it's what's called a security round. It does not go in the calf. There's a couple locations, but
Right.
not the calf.
Right, but maybe it was. I don't know. It's a weird.
Maybe-
It is weird, but he didn't need it because the other two were perfectly where they belong.
Maybe it was just out of spite.
No,
Maybe it's
this
like
guy,
the horse
this wasn't a
head.
spite.
No, the last one. The last round. I don't know.
Yeah. He had those huge huevos, them nugs that need a wheelbarrow to get along a walk. I mean, you kind of do, man. I mean, that's a special kind of ballsy. You know what I mean? Thank you, Nick, for $5, man, or Kronos.
I think the word you're looking for is evil, Grid, not ballsy.
Both can be true.
Yeah.
So maybe the calf is his signature shot. Yeah, I don't know. All I know is that the first two were just right where you want them. B&T VP9 suppressed or silenced pistol.
BT makes some good stuff.
Yeah, I gotta look at
a lot of like MP5 accessories.
I thought that's an MP5, and that I can tell you exactly what that is. That is not a. Also, it's that is not a. Oh, it could be. Look at that. Veterinary PC pistol. Look at that. Glenn Lawrence is back. Let me get him back up on the panel. It's rough when you're rolling around. Hang on, I gotta do this first. There we go. Look at that bad boy. Is that not what that dude has?
I'd want to see a manual of arms on it because that's weird, dude. That doesn't look like anything.
Is that integrated?
No, it isn't. It is, in fact, not.
Hey, let's enter the contest so we can get a handguard rail.
Yeah,
come on, get the Wikipedia read. Everybody, donate to Wikipedia.
It says it's integrally suppressed in the fact sheet in Capital Armory.
It's designed after the Wellrod pistol. That's why it looks familiar. Initially, only 30 were made, 25 for the customer, and 25 for hobby use by B&T employees. But they expanded sales. They began selling it. They began importing it as the Station 6.9. Oh boy! It uses 1911 style magazine, so he had to have been really, really crazy because that means he had maybe 8 rounds or 5 rounds with a 9mm. 5 rounds is all he had. So he couldn't have ejected 6. So it had to be something like that. It's a bolt action. It's a bolt action pistol.
A 9mm, but I mean, a 9mm 1911 mag isn't a standard 1911 mag anyway. So who knows?
Yeah, but they will hold 10. This one, it said. So I had to look it up. It says 5-round detachable box magazine, pistol grip, 8-round detachable magazine for the 645 only. That's interesting.
I don't know. The site that I'm looking at says it's a 6-round capacity for the 9mm.
5 in the mag.
5 plus 1.
Yeah, 5 plus 1.
Maybe.
Paging Clover attack.
Oh, you know that dude is busy today. Oh, look at that.
Oh.
Look at that. But it is if it's integral, so first of all, if he bought that legally, he's toast.
He used a thing where there's only like 50 of them in the world. Yeah.
No, they made more, but it's integrally suppressed, which means you have to buy it on a.
You need a stamp for it anyway.
You need a stamp.
Yeah, it's the pistol and the can are all one piece, or they're together. So,
but I mean, if you're going to use it for that activity,
I wonder if maybe he built the can himself.
Well, but you can't buy the pistol without it.
Well, we're assuming that's what he got. That's what the pistol is.
I mean, let's take a look at let's go back to the tape.
How do you charge that thing? How do you rack it?
It's bolt action. You twist.
But wait. Oh, that circle on the back. You have to twist that and pull it.
Yeah,
that would match up with what he's doing.
Oh ho ho ho! Oh, that's nuts.
Hang on, I'm gonna pull the YouTube.
Is this video taken from somebody looking at the actual security camera? When you go up at the top, the top, it says, or when he pans up a little bit to the top, it literally says, perimeter. He's looking at the lobby. This is the camera. This is in the security place of wherever this is at. Somebody that's awesome. This is awesome. Glenn Lawrence is back. Welcome back, Glenn Lawrence. Glenn. It's okay, Glenn. You join us when you can. So, wow. Okay. All right, fellas. All right.
So interesting. I'm looking at a video of somebody shooting the VP9. It twists the other way. It twists counterclockwise and the rounds don't pop out. You have to
yank on it like he's doing.
Well, instead of, because it looks like, so he's shooting righty, putting his left hand and grabbing, and then it looks like he's twisting clockwise in this video, but the video appears to be that I'm watching right now of, or here, kid, you want to put it up?
Yeah, man, send it to me.
Is there a side chat on this? Yeah.
You just put share. Just say share. You can send me your screen. Say share.
Okay.
Click share. Select screen.
Okay.
Some security guy did us a solid getting us that video. Ooh, look at that. You could just go full screen.
All right, so I got the B&T Station 6 9mm. We're gonna put some 165 grain subsonics through it.
He's twisting
and,
counterclockwise.
see how she runs. Still got the white in there, so we'll see.
Well,
That's
super
pretty
quiet.
That's scary quiet.
Notice he's not even using ear pro. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Dude,
That
you
might
can
be the
hear it
pistol.
lock and unlock. The lock and unlock's louder than the round going off.
Not to worry about brass flying at you.
So that's what he was twisting. If this is the one, that's why he was
That's
twisting it every
exactly
time.
how he's
to
doing
get
it.
brass
He's
out.
like,
Yeah. I think we found you guys found it. Yeah. That is yeah. Yeah.
some vet somewhere is missing his put down pistol.
Starting to heat up. Whole gun's starting to get hot.
So I'm now I rescind my statement. That guy has Hulk size balls. If you're going into to go like do somebody in with a bolt action pistol, are you kidding me? No, no, no. 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 I'm not doing a bolt. Are you doing a bolt action pistol, Grump?
I mean, whatever is going to be, if the most important thing was the sound level, and that was the thing to get the job done, and there was a way to get it. I mean, I'm not an assassin, so I don't like.
Yeah.
Well, the Soviets used a
planning on that.
silenced revolver.
The Russians built that silenced revolver, and there's like 4 of them in the world.
Yeah, my brother's got one.
Does he really?
Yeah.
Do you know how it works?
Does it still have a gap between the cylinder and the barrel?
No, it does not.
When you pull a trigger, it pushes it forward and seals it.
Oh, cool.
It is.
Oh,
Yeah,
you guys
there are 2 models of
fun
it
to shoot.
ever built, and I think there's
Okay,
only
you
like
guys are
4 or
talking
5
about
of
the
this one.
you're talking about the Nagant revolver.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah.
They only
my dad
built
had
2 models of it, and I think there are only about 4 or 5 models of, or 4 or 5 of each model built.
Yeah, you can buy a aftermarket cylinder and change it out, and supposedly, if you could get a threaded barrel for it or get it threaded and put a can on it. Yeah, you can replicate that. Because even without a can, the regular Nagant revolver, the cylinder presses up against the barrel. Yeah. So
All
it
right,
presses against it anyway.
Let's watch this again, guys. Now, knowing what we know now, let's watch this through again. Boom. Boom. Dude, he has it down slick, too. He got a little sticky.
Looking at it now, yeah, he's definitely going counterclockwise with it.
Yeah. He's
think
slick
you guys-
with it, too. He's like twisting it as he rolls his hand.
Yeah, that had to take a lot of training.
Well, maybe he's.
Hey, does anybody got this guy's number?
Wow.
I'm just wondering how we could get in contact with him.
Wow.
I'd imagine the FBI is looking also.
I'm asking for a friend.
Yeah. Dude, this is nuts, man. Like,
Yeah, that's a perfect match to that other video of that sales guy. Yeah.
and it's literally louder to work that action than the gun is.
Well,
in the video that I showed, he was using 165 grain, 165 subsonic 9mm.
Yeah. The trigger warning: white people getting shit done. I mean, you need somebody dead.
Chrono needs to learn how to do that. We might just change Slap-a-Hoe into a whole nother business.
It's growth industry.
He
You ever
needed
got
a
to see that
glove.
movie Gross Point Blank? Yeah, you guys ever see that? You ever see that movie?
A long
I
time
know
ago.
that exists. Never seen it. I don't think.
That is
What movie? What movie?
Point Blank.
Yeah.
See if I can show just enough of it to not get a copyright.
If you make commentary like every 20 to 30 seconds, then it's still fair use.
And pause.
Yeah, pause it.
All right.
Sound.
You've beaten the millennia. I lose my bet. Yeah, I was completely unavoidable. Just want to say hello and, ask you how you are. Martin, how's business? Tricks? I don't know where you've been since you abandoned my daughter 10 years ago. And I don't care. It's good that you're
So this guy comes back home. He's a hitman. He worked for the CIA. Then he went into private work, and now he's come back for his high school reunion, 10 years, whatever it is, and now he's talking to the dad, obviously, of the girl that he literally left the night of graduation.
You've grown up a bit. Did I have you figured wrong? Well, I don't know. I hope so. I visualized you in a haze as one of those slackster, flannel-wearing, coffee house misanthropes I've been seeing in Newsweek. No. I went the other way. 6 figures, doing business with type cruelty, mercenary sensibility, sports, sex, no real relationships with anybody. How about you? How the years been treating you? Well, you know me, I'm the same old sellout, exploiting the oppressed. Sure. What a piece of work is man now noble. Let's have a drink and forget the whole damn thing. I'd love to, but we're a little bit late, so I just wanted to say hello and see you about. What have you been doing with your life? Professional killer. Oh, good for you. It's a growth industry.
It's a growth industry, guys. Yeah, professional killer. It's a growth industry.
Great
It's one of
movie.
my favorite moments in a movie anywhere. The guy was literally just being completely brutally honest, and the guy's like, good, it's growth industry. And he also was probably being completely brutally honest because, as we all know, it is a growth industry. So, yeah. Anyway, it's great.
Yeah, I think you guys might have solved the case, at least part of it.
Yeah. I'm sure the cops have that information.
Yeah.
If not,
this one of those?
If not, the AI has it, and they'll tell the cops.
Yeah, the AI definitely has it.
Is this one of those situations where the alternative media breaks news before the real media does?
I mean,
like most.
Could be. That is the reality now. All right, so I had a super chat. Let me go read this super chat. This comes in from Kronos. Kronos says, Glenn, Slap-a-Hoe, got the betrayal feeling. Do I need to have a chat? That's funny. $5 came in. That is, I like that. That's good. That's good. So, yeah. Good deal. So, anyway, what else is there to say about that? I mean, he disappeared in a Central Park. I mean, that's only as old as forever, right? That's not the oldest trick in the book, but pretty damn close. Right?
It's probably not going to get caught. And trigger warning: AI go on a facial recognition. AI can do a lot of things now, including gait recognition, which is the way
gait
you walk.
recognition's the bitch.
They're actually doing that in China. You can fool it by like putting something in one of your shoes or something, but
yeah, but it's looking for all of it: the arm swing, your head motion. It's all of it, man. It's all of it. It's all crazy. Have you seen those kids in China playing war games on their phones?
Oh, it's crazy. Yeah, they get like the phone that's mounted to like something that looks
Like
kind of
some
like a
like
rifle.
electronic rifle thing, and they're
Yeah.
playing commando, sniper guy
In malls.
town.
Yeah,
In the
it's
malls,
crazy.
everywhere.
That would not that I don't think that'd fly here.
Yeah. See if I can pull the video up. Yeah, here we go. I'll probably kill the volume on this one, but let me. Here we go. P90, obviously.
Okay, that's messed up.
And
Oh, got
our kids are
camelbacks
wondering
on.
what sex they are, where their dick goes. Okay, I just want to point out that our kids are wondering where their dick goes. Their kids are playing Conquer the City.
Is that
Literally.
Taiwan? Are those?
No, their kids are preparing for battle. Their kids are preparing for World War III. Ours is trying to cut off their dick. That's great.
Yeah. Let's see if I can. No, it's the same one, I think. I mean, dude, I wish they had that when I was a kid, because I would have loved doing that.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Do you see those kids like covering and like, dude, that wasn't bad. Come on, Grump. You know, I mean, look, they're old. They're like 6 years old, but they were actually they're like moving the cover. They're like it wasn't bad.
Except for you see the stack of 3 kids where there was one lying prone straight and the other one's using him as cover. That was that was cute. It was adorable.
Yeah, it's the
kind
of
that is a toy. 100%. Yo, yeah.
It's the kind of adorable that, you know, in a few years becomes a marketable skill. Yeah, my kid does that, but he's the only one in the neighborhood doing that. I keep coming in. Grump, you're going to appreciate this in a few years. So my 14-year-old, you know, he's a typical 14-year-old teenage dude. I come in all the time now, and my gun cabinet looks like a bomb went off. There's mags everywhere where he's doing failure drills. And of course I'm an AR guy. I don't like AKs, but I do have an AK pistol that is pretty cool. And I literally, it never fails. I come in and there are AK mags everywhere because he loves working the AK. And he's like, you know, the plastic mags suck. Got to use the metal mags in the AK. And I'm like, well, it's only going to fire 3 times anyway. And so
you want the big light, the Bulgarian like Circle 10 mags. Those are the best ones.
Yeah.
Unless somebody made better in the last, I don't know, 5 or 6 years.
I think Magpul makes a pretty decent AK mag these days. But
yeah, they make most of the good stuff.
But at any rate, so I mean, he's been getting the Dan Wesson revolver out lately as well. So that he gets at 357 and, you know, straps that bad boy on. He might be watching what's that? Walking Dead, you know. So
I want to be like Rick Grimes with his cold python.
Yeah. But you know, I mean, I'm just telling you, dude, I walked in the other day, he had the body armor on, the mags across the chest, the whole deal, man. Like this, he was gunned up, ready to go. And he's just LARPing around in the garage, you know. So like, You know, I told him, I'm like, you know, the funny thing is, if you walk outside, we're gonna get raided. I'm like, just don't do that. Well, actually, in Tennessee, he's probably gonna make some new friends, but you know, can't do that in California or anywhere that you know a lot of you guys are. So yeah, he's been LARPing around like crazy. I wish we might send him to China for math camp this year. I might see if I can get him in on the video game in the mall. Let him get beat up by Chinese kids for a while.
Or see if you can pick some of them up.
Yeah, right. like, hey, can you teach me this entry technique? How do I pie this room?
I mean, like buying some of those things. I can't.
It's an app that goes on your phone.
But then the piece that goes with it, the rifle piece.
Oh yeah,
that's
yeah.
That's what I'd be interested in.
So, Nick, here's the thing about that. So the Chinese are teaching their children to assemble pistols in their classrooms while we're subverting ours with woke BS. And sadly, the adults fell for it. The same thing happened when I was a kid. The Russian kids were all like shooting, learning how to field strip AKs. I actually have one of the 22 caliber training rifles that they used in school in Russians or Russian state schools, not necessarily Russia, but anyway, I actually have one of those that was it's not like an AK, so it doesn't look like a military weapon, but it uses very similar controls. And I actually have one of the 22 rifles that they use for that in school.
Was it single shot, bolt, or semi?
Huh?
Was it single shot, bolt, or semi? Semi.
It's semi, and the way the mag releases and where the safety is as similar but not the same. But it's a wood stock. It doesn't look like a AK, right?
Got the safety like flap lever on the right kind of thing.
It's got maybe the safety is different. I'll have to go look at it. It's been a while since I've even pulled it out of the safe, but it's basically to treat, it's their introduction is this 22 caliber rifle. So, and we used to do that here. We used to have pistol, pistol, rifle, air pistol, air rifle, and archery teams at almost every school. And we didn't have very many confused kids as to what their gender was.
And kids had rifles out in their trucks.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And in their lockers for after school.
Yeah.
They didn't have any school shootings.
No,
nope.
They had their hunting rifle in the back of their pickup, on the rack.
I carried mine on the bus. I would hunt in the morning, and I would barely make it to the bus stop in time. Some mornings I did not. I'm just going to admit it. Some days, just a little slow coming out of the woods. And I would get on the bus with my cased rifle, deer rifle, and I'd leave it with the bus driver, and I'd go back and sit, and then I'd get off, and I would take my cased rifle to the office, and I'd leave it with the staff all day, and they didn't think anything about it. The same thing when I rode home at night, right? They didn't think anything about it. Another $5 comes in from Kronos. Can I ask the panel their thoughts of left-handed shooters?
Wrong-handed shooters.
Southpaws.
Weird.
I'm a left-handed shooter. That's just because it's easier since I'm left-eye dominant to hold it that way, and I'm ambidextrous.
Yeah. That makes sense if you're left eye, but left-handed with right eye dominance.
He welcomes the hate in the chat as well.
I'm left-handed, left eye dominant.
So what we call those are support staff.
Yeah, nothing's made for you. Is going to be unless you get something special like the Keltec, RFD, I think, downward ejecting bullpup. Anything that's downward ejecting, it's going to be fine for you as long as it doesn't have any controls.
Actually,
besides that, standard gear, nah.
I guess you might call them machine gunners because that it doesn't matter because you're just going to load the belt in and keep going.
The belt, the rounds usually eject the same way anyway. The belts come in from the left, they eject to the right, so you still got brass flying in front of your face if you're shooting a machine gun lefty.
Yeah.
Didn't Well, I don't know. Stag Arms, are they still around? Because they made a left side.
Stag Arms is still around.
Yeah, they make a left-sided.
Well, there's a lot of
ejection
people who
port
make
AR.
left-handed uppers now.
Yeah.
And there's a left-handed side charging upper as well, which I like. The problem with the all the left-handed stuff is you can't handle it. So this is my problem with left-handed rifles is if you are a left-handed shooter and you can only shoot your ambi rifle or your left-handed specific rifle, you can't, especially in a military situation, you can't pick up somebody else's firearm and make it work as easily, right? And so your manual at arms is very different, and you would just have to train twice as hard. So if you didn't, you guys probably didn't notice this, but Mark Wahlberg is left-handed. In the movie Sniper, when he did that movie, you can watch him use his left hand to work the bolt and to work the action on the M4. And he does it in such a way that in the movie it looks right because he practiced enough. But he's like one guy that can do it, right? Like I don't know if I watched that movie and I was watching how he was working the bolt, and I'm like, hey, that's really cool. And then I didn't realize he was left-handed.
The same could be said, which I agree with you. And if you have your special rifle that's similar to like a very standard rifle that ejects left, well, A, parts for that are going to be different, not interchangeable. But then B, your manual of arms is now not the standard. It's going to be the same as using if you have an extended charging handle, if you have a front charger on an AR, if you have especially like a not stock, not 5.5 pound trigger, if it's different, it's going to be, or if you have really cool stuff like LMT or Radian, additional ambi controls for like mag release, bolt catch, that stuff. If you get that to be your muscle memory, it's going to be the same thing. You're going to have trouble picking up, a stock more normal. So it's a trade-off of what are you training for? Are you training for a situation more to where you might have to pick up somebody else's rifle?
Yeah.
Or are you training for a situation where you're going to have yours and you just have enough of your own that you probably aren't going to need to worry about it? It's just a matter of prioritizing whatever you think is more important.
Yeah, well, that's certainly true. So I actually have ambi controls on one of my current guns. I'm actually building like 3 more that have ambi controls, but it's not because it's because there are times when it's beneficial to be able to use my left hand to operate something and my right hand stay where I where I want it to be, rather than to do anything different. I like to be able to drop the mag with my left hand sometimes, right? Like but that's me taking it to a level for me, and I still have the stuff that I've always done, right? Mag release, the bolt release. It's really handy I use the bad lever like a ton. I don't know if you have one on one of your rifles, but I
don't like
love
those.
the bad lever.
I like the integrated though. Like for LMT, right? Like what I mentioned,
Yeah.
The built-in ones, I'm not a fan of the bad lever specifically, just because of the placement. But that's the thing is,
well, most people set them up
modern
wrong, so I agree with
modern doctrine, and for the past 20 years, is your firing hand doesn't remove from the grip, so you always have your trigger ready, your bang switch actuation device ready to go as soon as the weapon's ready to fire again, or change your grip.
Right.
That way your offhand is doing all the other manipulation stuff, and that's on rifle and pistol. At least modern military doctrine is anyway.
Yeah. No, you're right. So like most people set up the bad lever wrong, where they have to put their finger in the trigger guard and press to activate it, where it should be, if you do it right, it should be that your finger is outside the trigger guard and you're bringing it down to put because and then it pushes it in and releases it. But it doesn't matter. People do things wrong all the time. I love the bad lever. I've never had an issue at all, but I actually know people that have had them installed the way that they thought they needed to be installed or the way that it was faster, and they've had issues with banging one off when they shouldn't.
I didn't even know there was multiple ways to install them. I was just like, the placement of that, I'm just not a, so I never even got into it.
So if you can, I'll
That's
it's
why
just like anything else.
I just bought a pack of LMT lowers that they were in stock. Primary arms, military discount, better than the sale price. Oh yeah, give me a bunch of those.
Yeah. I've been using the Juggernaut lowers, Juggernaut Tactical, which has full ambi controls.
So just to clarify for a second, Grumpelstiltskin, can you say, have you ever danced with the devil in the pale moonlight?
That's the Joker, dude.
No, Batman says it too.
Where's Rachel?
That was funny.
What's in red dye number 40, Your Honor? Is it RFK being Batman? I don't know.
Yeah, RFK would be a good Batman.
If Batman was somebody constantly like changing the warple, I guess.
I don't know. Batman seems like the kind of guy that would have a nice filter to get all the fluoride out of the tap water.
Batman seems like the kind of guy that wants you to think he doesn't care, but he's really got a heart of gold, and has a serious ego problem, but wants to act like a regular guy. So,
just a regular guy.
Just a regular guy. But somehow I have near superhuman speed, strength, and skill.
Was it
blood
the
armor?
Second? Oh, no, it was the Justice League movie. I can't. The Ben Affleck's, Batman, and he's picking up the kid who's the Flash, and they're talking when he gets to his fancy car, and he gets in, and so the Flash kid looks at him and says, "What's your superpower?" And he says, "I'm rich."
I'm rich. Yeah, I'm a billionaire. That's Elon Musk all the way, baby.
Yeah.
Elon Musk I was rewatching this Don Lemon interview with Elon, and no, it wasn't. Maybe it was Lemon, but they were asking him like, so and so wants to be like. Hang on, give me 1 second. We'll come back to it. All right, $5 comes in from Kronos. Can we get on the cheap Adam West Batman line from the Grumple? Can you do Adam West? I cannot.
I watched a few of them like a couple of years ago, just as my most recent. I don't remember anything he said specifically.
I can't do
here's
that.
the Bat computer inside the Batmobile.
No, it's more like good grammar is essential, Robin.
And it's very breathy. Robin.
Good grammar is essential, Robin.
Yeah, you're not quite. It's okay. The 60s
Not
Batman.
quite. Yeah,
you got too much
not quite
gravel
working.
in there for the 60s Batman, and you're not breathy enough.
Grump, you sound like the voice actor for Lego Batman.
He probably is.
I'll take that.
He's got to support his gun habit somehow.
I'll take that. That's pretty cool.
And OF isn't returning his calls, so. Yeah, so Musk was on, and they were talking about how he could lose everything, right? Like, and didn't it worry him? And they were talking about how somebody else had caved because they were going to lose their money, they were going to lose their influence, and he's like, he really likes the Princess Bride movie where the brave pirate Wesley says, "Offer me money, offer me power." He doesn't care for any of it, and that's what Musk was saying is like, I don't care. Offer me money, offer me power. I don't care. Don't buy my stuff. I don't care. Whatever you want to do. I don't care. I'm still going to do what I'm going to do. And I thought it was great. So, anyway.
Advertisers don't want to advertise with me anymore. Go fuck yourselves. That was perfect.
right. And he said that
Oh.
multiple times. You don't want to advertise. You don't want to pay to be on my business. Fine, fuck out of here.
He's monetizing now. I'm not sure if it's profitable yet, but like Twitter, much like most of the streaming platforms, have never been profitable.
I think Twitter is now profitable. I think that was the big
I wouldn't be
thing is
surprised.
that he went in and he
chopped like 70-80% of staff.
He went in and literally sliced like 3/4 of the staff. Like he gutted it, but it was still way more efficient, right? Like they were getting far more done. And they asked them about that in a different interview. I remember they said, you went in and you fired all these people but now you're profitable. And what do you attribute that to? And he's like, well, it seems like you don't actually need that many people to run Twitter. and you just, who would have thought?
I think the biggest improvement was instead of having staff people that were politically biased, is the community notes feature, which I'm a full-fledged community noter now too. The Herrera Gonzalez
Well, you
primary
need to get cheeks
got me to that.
reinstated. So you'll quit crying.
Well, I don't have any power there. I'm just a noter person. I can vote on other notes. And
You have no
I can
power,
write them
yeah.
now. You have no power.
Well, at any rate, I thought, so I've always thought Twitter was a cesspool of weirdos and geeks, or worse. So, now I know it is. I just think that, at least Elon's attempting to clean it up. So, what do you guys think about Elon and Vivek and the Doge?
Well, it's great.
The Department of Government Efficiency. That's right out of Heinlein. I swear to every time I hear that, all I can think of is Robert Heinlein, because that's something he would have written. The Department of whatever.
I think.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I think that they're so. I don't have a lot of hope in, like, I'm very black-pilled when it comes to actually being able to turn the government around, because if you hear them talking about Doge in the media, the only positive things that they're talking about is waste, and what they have to do is talk about, well, we need to cut half the government instead of just the waste or the fraud, because if you just focus on waste and fraud, you're not going to get done what needs to get done to actually fix everything.
Well,
but
that would be just the waste would be monumental. But did you see this morning that Biden has announced that something like 40% of these, I forget which government workers they are, but 40% of these one subset of government workers can work from home, work remotely, which is a measure that he is taking to protect them from the Doge. Right?
Well, yeah. Well, so the Doge is going to be two directional, right? It's going to be firing people or telling people that they can't work from home, but it's also going to be them trying to shut down the capacity for them to regulate, because the Chevron deference was overturned. It's just that the Biden administration didn't actually follow through and acquiesce with what they could have done, which is stop all of the regulation from occurring. So if the only thing that Musk and Vivek do is identify all of the regulations that the Trump administration can just say, all right, Congress, if y'all want these regulations, then y'all have to pass them, and just say we're not gonna enforce these regulations anymore, then that would massively help the economy.
Well, I think that's just one of the many things that is. I mean, we have the problem is there's so much, guys. You guys, I mean, the literally every hour there's something new. Look, yesterday a judge literally told Fannie Willis that he could force her to testify to the Republicans about the Trump prosecution. And she's been trying to hide, she's hiding, she's been hiding this whole time. She's like, no, you can't do that. You can't make me do that. Well, yeah, absolutely. So, Trump, Trump's busier than a one-legged ass kicker at a convention, dude. This dude is like,
he is. He's making.
Have you heard about his fish farms for down in the Gulf of Mexico? His floating fish farms to help, actually feed people. So
First I've heard of it.
Yeah. They've been fighting him because they say it'll be an ecological disaster.
Grit, I got to head out, man. But
final
thoughts on Doge on the department.
Yeah, man.
Is I'd be really interested. It doesn't sound like they have any direct power, but they can report to Congress for then Congress to take action. That's kind of what it sounds like.
That's the mistake that people are making. Is Doge being part of the executive branch absolutely has power over all of the agencies that answer to the president. So Congress, very few agencies are under the umbrella of Congress. That's why Congress feels like they've been dick punched, because they're used to being able to just say, no, we'll handle that, President. Mr. President, we've got this, and we'll write the law on this, and all we need you to do is sign it. Well, Trump's come in and said, nah, fuck that. It's my job. This is my field. I'm the executive branch, and all of this belongs to me.
Executive orders can only impact the executive branch, is how it always has been. So that should be the same as, and like federal employees, per se.
But all right,
which is what the Doge should have then in that case.
Right. So just like Trump can wave his hand, and the Department of Education will cease to exist, because the Department of Education was never established by a congressional law. It's a part and parcel of the executive branch. And so if Trump doesn't want that to exist, it doesn't exist. He just says, no, I don't want it. Now, I think that there is a part of the Department of Education that was ratified by Congress, but it's just a very specific subset, right? It's like not the whole thing. And just like if Trump wanted to get rid of the immigrants right now today, he couldn't do it today because he's, not in office yet. The minute he's sworn in, if he wanted to get rid of the immigrants, he could literally say that he could literally order, he doesn't need an executive order. He just orders the federal marshals to concentrate on nothing else but deporting illegal immigrants. And then he ordered, because the marshals answer directly to him. Then he goes over to Homeland Security, which answers directly to him, and said, you guys are going to find the illegal immigrants for the marshals to deport. So once the Homeland finds them, marshals go get them, put them on a train. So this is, people, the problem that we have in this country is that we've allowed over time.
I got an appointment to get to, man.
Thanks
for bringing me on. Great time as always.
I'll keep going. You can listen. You don't have to talk.
Yeah. Well, I got to head out, man.
Oh, well, have fun, man.
Thank
Go
you.
do good stuff.
Well, not just for an appointment, but hey, y'all have a good one.
Feel better.
What?
Thank you. For an appointment, I gotta go. I gotta take care of something.
Okay. Well, go have fun getting poked or prodded or whatever. But at any rate, yeah, there's I think Trump intends to use the executive branch like Eisenhower did. Right. I almost, and Anson, you're a good guy to ask about this, and Mr. Boulay. Both of you guys are history buffs and paid attention in class. Do you think Trump kind of sees himself as an Eisenhower?
I think he sees himself more as a Teddy Roosevelt.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I agree. That's a good one.
Okay. The larger than life rather than the reserved Eisenhower, I'm just going to get shit done. He's a larger than life Teddy Roosevelt. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Well,
And
Teddy did some good shit. So,
well, and Trump and Roosevelt both have in common that they're both progressives
mm-hmm.
and Republicans, and they think that they know what's best. They have a very big ego, both of them.
Mm-hmm.
So they tend, and they also have the same kind of work ethic. If you go back and look at what Teddy Roosevelt did, he was constantly working,
Mm-hmm.
not sleeping a lot, and almost exactly like Trump. And they're almost identical in terms of who they are as a person.
Yeah.
From my reading of Roosevelt.
You're right. Roosevelt did not want us involved in foreign wars, right? He did everything possible to stay out of the Middle East, right? Even when they were antagonizing Roosevelt, and didn't they kill an ambassador? Didn't the Bedouin, which was what they called him then? I don't know what they call him now, but didn't the Bedouin kill an ambassador or capture an ambassador that Roosevelt sent over there? I think they
That
captured.
I don't know anything about that.
I think they made a movie about it. I think they called it "The Wind and the Lion."
No, I don't recall.
Yeah, it's a really great movie. You should watch it. It's awesome. It's like 40 years old, but it's still a good movie. It's in color, so that helps. But I think, you guys have me thinking it because you're right. I think Trump could see himself as he probably sees himself as a blend, but Roosevelt's pretty close. But Eisenhower didn't wait for Congress to tell him it was okay to deport all of the illegals. He just used the Marshal Service. He just used federal law enforcement to do what he needed to get done. And then he went to Congress. Right? Like it's like he did it first and he asked permission later.
Yeah.
Sort of. Right. So I'm not an Eisenhower fan, but I understand what he did, right? Like Eisenhower had a lot of flaws, and most of his policies were not, I would say, groundbreaking or anything. I don't know. You guys could disagree with me on that, but what Eisenhower really understood was that you had to get the illegal immigrants out of the country, and you needed to secure the borders, and you needed to be a country. He understood that above all else.
What he like founded the interstate system, right?
He did, and he did that because airplanes were becoming a thing, right? But also, it was so onerous to travel anywhere and dangerous, and there were actually groups. One of the reasons, the reason that he really wanted the immigrants gone is there were literally gangs of banditos that would literally rob people that were traveling from, say, like Ohio to Missouri or somewhere, right? Like people were scared because there wasn't a really efficient, safe system of roads to transport on. So you either took a train, right, which could be expensive, or you generally you had to take a bus or something. There was no, not everybody had cars then. I mean, more people had cars, but not everybody had one. Roads were terrible, so he did. Yeah, he instituted the interstate system as he sold it largely as a national defense measure based on his experience in Germany, right? With the way that Germany was laid out and how efficiently they could move troops and material throughout Germany. And he was over there and he saw it and he's like, you know what? This makes sense, dudes. This is how it goes.
Yeah, I thought that's how he kind of sold it, was national, like you said, national defense for logistics and all that jazz, and then kind of the side benefit, so to speak, was commerce and like you said, make it easier for people to travel across the country and stuff like that.
That's why every 5 miles, there has to be a mile of straight interstate, so they could land bombers on the interstate.
It's funny you brought that up. I saw a video. I can't remember if it was a Marine Corps or an Air Force pilot, but he took his F-35 and he went to either Norway or Sweden, where they practiced landing their aircraft on highways.
Mhm.
And he took his F-35 and landed and took off from one of those stretches of highway in either Sweden or Norway or something. So our military is starting to learn how to do that kind of stuff
Again.
Yeah, again.
Yeah.
In fact, they're also going out to the Pacific and all those little tiny islands that we, took back from the Japanese during World War II. We're going back and reclaiming them and rejuvenate them, rebuild the runways and all that. Because I think they're going to look at a concept where they scatter, a lot of our forces to all those tiny little islands to kind of spread us out.
Well, I don't know. I don't have an opinion on that. The only opinion I can really give you is that I honestly believe that that Trump has so much on his plate that he is. I wouldn't say that he's overwhelmed, because I don't know that he could get overwhelmed, but for sure, 100%, he has so many things. Like, he wants to do these floating fish farms offshore in the Gulf of Mexico. He wants to wind down the energy and solar, and he wants to go to nuclear. That's not going to happen, but it's good to talk about. He's got so much. He's got. I mean, I don't know. I honestly, it's crazy to even think about how much that he needs to get done to make it all work. But and the one thing that I believe that a lot of these are red herrings. I believe that a lot of the things that Trump says, he knows he can't get done, or he knows is so unlikely to get done that it's not even worth talking about. But at the same time, he also knows that if he says this, it takes the focus off of him, and then he can get the things he really wants to get done. For example, you haven't heard anything about election reform federally at all, but they just decided that Kamala beat Trump in somewhere like California or Arizona. It only took like a month to figure out that they figure the votes out, which obviously is wrong. So I think that Trump needs to, I think he's being very quiet about the voting laws because he intends to do something about it.
I thought it was House Republicans that's already proposed a national voter ID resolution.
Yeah, but they'll need Trump behind it to get it done.
Right.
And I think Trump, it's not just the ID, it is, all the votes have to be counted by X date. You can't, there's got to be mail-in ballot reform. There's got to be a lot of reforms made with regard to how the election process takes place for the federal stuff. So at least that's my understanding. I could be wrong, man. I mean, look, I read the same articles you guys do. This is just the way that this is literally just the way that I see it.
Yeah, I don't know. The thing that I've noticed since the election was that Trump is not out in the media. He's not being himself. The last time he was elected, he was putting himself out center stage everywhere, and he was the center focus of everything. And this time around, he's making appointments, and the people that he appoint are going to have to sink or swim on their own and sell themselves. And he's basically just sitting back and not expending any political capital on the appointments that he's making. And I noticed that was a different strategy that Wiles, Susan Wiles lady, is probably having to implement. That's probably a good idea strategically.
Mm-hmm. you see Kash Patel is suing the former White House under Trump organizer or something like that because she said some really disparaging things about him?
No, I didn't see that.
Yeah, I can't remember her name. Just if I can find it. I mean,
Well, I
just so
think
much.
you think you're onto something great because, from my perspective, it's just like you said. He, letting all the candidates, take care of their thing, and he kind of steps back and look at the big picture stuff because after he got elected, what happened? All these different countries are in conflict. They're like, oh well, we're gonna, try to make peace or whatever, and he had what he talked with what's his name from Ukraine, what's his name from Russia, talk with that little country in the Middle East that's having issues.
Okay,
So,
yeah.
and he's not even in office. He hasn't been sworn into office yet, and he's already
Right.
fielding calls from world leaders and stuff.
Oh yeah, yeah. He's already had Trudeau over there trying to be less gay.
Yeah.
Kash Patel threatens to take legal action against MSNBC commentator Olivia Troy, who once served in the Trump administration before becoming a fierce critic of the president. And she shared the letter where he threatens to sue her on social media. Basically, she said that Patel. I'm not going to read that whole article. Basically, she said that he asked her for advice, and she had to clean up his mess because he did horrible work and all of that. So, just business as usual for a Trump appointee.
Only the ones that aren't endorsed by the deep state. You don't hear anybody trashing little Marco.
It's true.
Or I guess the replacement candidate for Attorney General.
Yeah.
I can't think of her name right now.
I'm drawing a blank on all of it too. I gotta start winding the show down, I guess, because I'm starting to swim in the details.
I'll go ahead and drop out, and I gotta get back to it.
Why don't you give your final thoughts and then plug your channel really good and talk about all the cool stuff you're going to do going forward. And thank you, Grid, for the ideas and the inspiration. Yeah, I'm definitely finish up what I'm doing and then start posting videos next week. I wanted to get that that pre-33 gold, and did they illegally confiscated from people. That's part of that whole video series. I go into details about what happened with FDR signing it and kind of the fallout. So it's a bunch of videos, so I try to keep them short. So I wanted to get that posted and out there so I have really fresh content, and then I'll probably go on live maybe once or twice next week just to work out bugs with the gear. And then not this coming Sunday, the following, first time I'll go live Saturday evening, maybe 7 p.m. Eastern. I think I'll try to do a 1 hour weekly live stream Sunday evenings. I think I was doing it a long time ago, so I think I'll start that again. Yeah. So thank you for the inspiration and the ideas. That fresh content's coming really soon. Were you able to find a cool leather chair to sit in while you're doing all this?
Yeah, I need to get one. And then,
really, just the entire thing just begs to have that gentleman's English study atmosphere around what you're talking, because you're talking about gold, man. Gold.
Oh yeah. Yeah. No, thanks for the inspiration. Thanks for letting me come up and chew the fat with everybody. And my channel it's @MRBULLAY, and channel's primarily about precious metals, gold and silver. And then I'm expanding into other little stuff as well. Oh, speaking of which, I've decided this is going to be a new video series. I'm going to start getting into crypto a little bit, just a little.
Okay.
And I'm going to make a little video series out, you know, as I learn about crypto and how to get started and all that. I thought it'd be kind of a good little, you know, something a little
Yeah,
different.
that sounds awesome, dude.
Yeah.
Sounds
So
great.
yeah, just small stuff. I was thinking maybe initial investment like $500 or something like that. Nothing big.
Yeah.
All right, thanks again, Grid and Anson. Thank you. I'm glad you're around. You're really great perspective you have on stuff.
Yeah, Anson's a dude.
Yeah, and to Grump, hope you feel better soon. And of course, to all the folks in the chat, thanks for being here. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already to Grid's channel. Give him a like, give him that thumbs up. And with that, thank you, chat, because the chat always wins.
That's right. It does. Anson, how about you, buddy? You want to do a final thought or?
Yeah, I don't have final thoughts. It's more of a continuous process, but I appreciate you having me on and allowing me to comment on things. And the segment specifically about the New York shooter was excellent, and the fact that the chat and the people here were able to identify the weapon used was amazing from my perspective, that you get so many minds together and that they can work in concert to solve a problem. And I appreciate you putting on the show, Grid. And you can catch me nowhere on YouTube except for haunting the chats and sometimes on the panels.
Yep, Anson's awesome. It's a good time, man. I really appreciate you coming on. You're one of those people that I can just sit and chat with and go back and forth, and it doesn't get angry, it doesn't get heated, and even if it does, it doesn't get out of control. So it's a really good conversation. Stephen Aker, I think that's the exact weapon that was used. To be honest, we broke that down pretty good. To be honest, that I bet that's the exact weapon. I had kind of forgotten about the BNT, but that's okay. Guys, it's been a really good show. Please make sure you hit the like. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't. Check and make sure you're still subscribed, because I have I show a lot of signs of having the affliction of being shadow banned, which I don't really want to be, but it is what it is. And if you can donate a few doll hairs to the effort, that would be welcome too. I really want to thank everyone who sent in donations today. That's awesome. I'm trying to get the merch settled. I'm having a little bit of creative differences, mostly over cost with the vendor, and hopefully I'll get that ironed out, and we should have at least the one hat maybe before Christmas, and if not, right after. So hopefully we'll get that done for you. And we're also going to start carrying some cool t-shirts, and we'll just pump that stuff out. And so it's a shame that I didn't actually get into covering everything that I wanted to cover today, but that is okay. We had a great panel. It was a really good show. And again, guys, I really appreciate anything that you any contribution, whether it's monetarily, to make comments. If you happen to have a few free moments and want to comment about the show on in the after the video's ended in the comment section, that would be great. I do read them. I do not respond to phishing or other fraudulent ads, or posts. But if you actually come up with something cool, I'll answer right back. So at any rate, guys, I know that I'm cutting out about 15 minutes early. I don't normally cut out till 3 o'clock, but I'm going to call it a day. You guys have a great time. I'm going to bring less than $30 hats and less than $40 shirts and hoodies. I think the hat's going to end up being around, I think it's going to be somewhere between 30 and 40 for the hat, because it's going to have that leather patch, this one right here. It'll be just like this one, except it'll have, I'm trying to get them to put rivets in the four corners, and then a little bit different burn in on the patch. That'll be the first hat, and we'll be able to get those in, and you'll be able to customize it to some extent, because you'll be able to order it in blue like that one, or denim, You can order it, I think, in a black, and you can order it in a camouflage and maybe an orange camouflage. So I've got a bunch of choices there. That's one of the things we're working out with the vendor, and we'll make sure that that all happens. Stephen Aker, I have not flown into Oshkosh. I've been to Oshkosh. I've not flown into there, but we're going to talk about that. So, yeah, they're all handmade. The hats are all handmade. I will do some embroidered hats, like the Clover Tack hat that I'm wearing today. I will make those hats as well. I end up planning on having about 4 different styles of hats when it's all said and done. But let's just get the first one, and then we'll move on from there. So, you guys have a great day. If you are interested, I will be posting a link, probably on Discord, on the various Discords, for my aviation channel, which I'm going to have a video tonight. I'm going to go live tonight. It may be in the studio here. We'll see. I'm trying to set up my shop to be able to film live in there, but I got a lot of background noise from because it's cold in there, and right now I'm getting a lot of background noise from the HVAC unit that I'm not able to filter out just yet, but I'm going to get it, and I'll figure it out. And other than that, guys, it's going to be a great day. Enjoy the rest of your day, and be cool. Wear glasses if you need them. Be a full-grown man or woman, and enjoy your life the best you can. In the meantime, please enjoy the sound of Andrew Wilson laughing his ass off as you get off my lawn.
Yeah, I just answered your question. Can you tell me what epistemology means?
Epistemology is the study of the epistles. I mean, you can. I told me that a husband and wife is supposed to be the representation of God and the church. He said he's a husband. I asked him if he sees himself as the embodiment of God, and he said no. That doesn't make any sense.
Wait, what is the epistles?
The epistles are the apostles. Are you talking about the apostles?